ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते रोमपदस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने. So, we are continuing the book The Living Name by Sachinandan Swami Maharaj. Currently, we are on chapter 4, page 135. In continuation to that Vipralamba chapter, devotion is infectious. I once saw how infectious crying can be. I was in South Africa and passed by a funeral procession. The relatives were crying the dead body to the funeral pyre and were ready to place it into the fire. Many people were watching, some connected with the family, while others were onlookers, just like me. Everyone was crying terribly. Then I saw a peculiar thing that arrested my attention. I watched passers-by, who clearly had no relationship to the deceased, also begin to cry, being influenced by the intense crying of the relatives. I come from a culture and background where such emotional expressions were not nurtured. But even I was moved to the pervasive mood of sorrow and choked up. The association with sadhus works in the same way. When they speak or share their genuine experiences, something will come into our heart. Words born from the hearts of great devotees can move us like nothing else if we are a little sensitive to spiritual life. Therefore, half of my personal library consists of prayer books. Once, when I asked one good hearted Vaishnava how I could fertilize my desert like heart so that the seed of bhakti can sprout, he recommended I read prayers. He said in particular, you must read the prayers of Bhakti Vinoda Thakura. Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura has written four songbooks replete with deep prayers capable of touching our hearts and awakening devotional feelings of separation. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura recommended that every Vaishnava should possess these songbooks and read them again and again. In his book Bhajana Rahasya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur teaches how to leverage spiritual texts and prayers to uplift our consciousness and maximize our absorption in chanting. You will find many verses to guide you to deeper levels of understanding. When chanting, Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakur would sometimes pause to read and sing verses, including his own compositions. The Goswamis also left us many literary works for the same purpose. Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami and Srila Rupa Goswami were extensively so that we could chant their astakas and prayers to imbibe devotional feelings. They would sit in their places of bhajana, worship to chant japa and sing kirtana, and from time to time they would recite the prayers they had composed. Often they would pay their obeisance flat on the ground and pray. That was their mode of bhajana. Even Jagannath Das Babaji is quoted to have said, love of Godhead is very cheap, only 4 rupees. Go to the market place and buy Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika. The mentioned prayer books written by Srila Narottama Dasa Thakura are filled with exquisite feelings of separation. Giving them just a little cultivates an extraordinary mood. It always works. So, if you wish to have a heart full of devotion, allow yourself to be influenced by the devotion of great souls who have come before us. Pure devotees make our kirtana real. If we want to develop the right mood in kirtana, we absolutely have to associate with advanced devotees and learn from their example. Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura informs us one should not attend any kirtana unless it is performed under the auspicious guidance of a pure devotee. This means that at least one pure devotee must be there, one pure antenna, so to speak, that will attract the bhakti shakti. Or if we do kirtana among peers, we must make sure it is done according to the guidelines of pure devotees. Only when will our kirtana have the shakti to attract Krishna. Before chanting, we must remind ourselves that when we chant with an empty heart, Krishna is not attracted to us and will not come. He is attracted only by bhakti. Asking for divine support is also practiced in other traditions. When a Christian priest prepares to address his congregation from the pulpit, he first meditates on the sentence Domino sit in corde meo et in labis meus, which means may the Lord be in my heart and on my lips. He prays to be empowered so that his words will genuinely affect his listeners. What a nice prayer. A Kirtana leader should have a similar attitude. At the start of his Kirtana, he can pray to Srila Prabhupada and to the Parampara for their help. Then he should pray to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates who taught us how to obtain love of God through singing the holy names and are kind enough to forgive all offenses. I think the last section is little more. After that, there is a practical example so that we can continue tomorrow. So I will summarize today's concept, the reading. So in this section, Maharaj is explaining about importance of pure devotees, sadhus. So very practical example, we can see that sadhus can turn our heart, can change our heart because they speak. Their speech is so powerful. I want to share one example. From childhood onwards, we used to have the grocery store. Our parents used to say, wake up early in the morning, do some activities, take care the grocery store, etc. etc. I never used to wake up early in the morning. I was so lazy, even though there is a huge responsibility in the family, but still I'm lazy. But when I came to the Krishna consciousness, with the help of my teacher during bachelor's, and with the help and connected to the spiritual master, from that one onward, I mean, like in initial classes, many classes, they will teach importance of waking up early in the morning. After that, I practiced it and I was waking up early in the morning. See the importance of words here. The same thing, even the parents told, I did not take it that serious. It was like very light. At that time, my heart did not melt. So similarly, this example is that same thing. Whatever when pure devotee speaks, it turns our heart, and that helps our uh, bhakti. That helps to grow our bhakti. So in remaining in addition to that, Maharaj is explaining that the recommendation to increase our bhakti is directly proportional or is as important as prayers. That we need to chant the prayers, we need to understand the prayers. In that way, it's very, very important. It will connect you to Krishna. It will connect you to Krishna easily. And next thing, uh, importance of Kirtana. When we are doing the Kirtan, uh, in that area, in that place, a pure devotee must and should present so that he can guide us, he can walk the path to attack the Krishna. Or else, the Kirtan has to be done in such a way that uh, it is attracted towards Krishna. I mean, like some recommendation, through some recommendation guidelines of the pure devotee. Uh, that Kirtana will have the ability, the Shakti to attract Krishna. Otherwise, uh, otherwise it will not have that effect. That's what in these sections Maharaj is explaining. So, asking uh, divine support is also present in different traditions. Everybody initially when they see anything, when they do anything, they will do some prayer. So the prayers has got important. So in our, of course we will do, but then Maharaj is emphasizing here, whatever we do initially, even our chanting, our classes and everything, Initially, we need to ask the prayer. We need to do the prayers. We need to ask them mercy from the God, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates who taught us how to obtain the love of Godhead through singing the holy names and prayers. In that way, it helps. So this is one of the thing we need to habituate. That's the summary from uh, today's section, and I will